Now then, people, good afternoon, good evening, good morning, depending on when this goes out. Earlier than scheduled, it's your preview for this weekend's game. Leeds travel to the Swansea City Stadium on Sunday. Sunday is our game this week. Of course, the press is happening tomorrow, so there may be players missing. Fingers crossed they won't be. We know that Junior Firpo is going to be out because obviously he got a 3-match ban after the Millwall game. He'll be saving his second match. There's probably a conversation to be had about the striker position, but I think the rest of it picks itself. Unless, of course, Ramazani's back. Fingers crossed, we'll find out tomorrow. If he comes back, then obviously there might be some change in the three that starts behind whoever the striker is. Will it be Solomon? Will it be James? I think he'll revert back to Dan James. But we'll get into that in a bit. Before we do, let's have a little chat about Swansea. Please do smash a like on this video, subscribe to the channel, get your comments in, and of course hit that notification bell. So Swansea currently sit 11th in the Championship, and by their standards, because they are now just like a Championship side. I mean, they've got the same players, it seems, all the time. Matt Grimes still there. Joe Allen's still pulling on a Swansea shirt, for God's sake. Ben Cabango and many others. So they are perennial Championship fodder at the minute. And by their standards, they're having a solid season. Mid-table in the Championship, a bit inconsistent, a bit up and down, but just standard procedure. The one thing I will say, though, which massively goes in Leeds United's favour, they are really poor in terms of scoring goals. They currently are the lowest scorers in the Championship, okay? So it shows that, defensively, they're decent, because obviously for them to be mid-table and scoring the lowest says a lot, doesn't it, really? And goal scoring has been a real problem for them. They don't have much attacking threat. The top scorer or scorers has 2 goals. Liam Cullen and Jan Vopotnik have their top scorers. Everyone else on one. I think Matt Grimes might have one. Ben Cabango might have one from a set piece, for example. But yeah, they're top scorers. The striker, Vopotnik, and Cullen normally who plays in the 10. They're both on 2 apiece. They don't score a lot of goals. They're also coming up against, for me, one of, if not the best defence in the Championship. Of course, you can have a conversation about Burnley and Sheffield United, and no doubt they will. They've conceded less than us, so you could argue they are better than us as the data backs that up. But I just think, as a unit off the ball, for me, Leeds United are the best in the division. We might not have man for man the best defenders, although there's a conversation, but I just think the way we set up our rest defence, if you like, our off-the-ball shape, even when we don't have the ball and we allow the opposition to have it off the ball, I think Leeds United are solid. So for Swansea, who are poor in creating attacking opportunities, they're not scoring many goals, coming up against one of the best defensive sides in the league, it's making me feel good about this fixture. But we can't get away from the fact Leeds United away from home this season haven't been great. We don't concede a lot, which again is good. We've conceded 4 on the road, but our away form in terms of actually picking up 3 points has hit a bit of a snag. We haven't won on the road now for 2 months. Feels too long, doesn't it? We need a win. The facts are as well, Sunderland have to go away to Millwall. Sheffield United have to go away to Coventry. We have the easiest of the fixtures this weekend. They could conceivably drop points. If that happens and Leeds United go to Swansea on Sunday, we could be sitting top of the tree. We're only 2 points off the top. So a win for Leeds United, provided results go our way, which they could well, because these are difficult games for our opposition, then Leeds could be sat top, front and centre, baby. Look, we're not great on the road. They're not great in attack. We're good in defence. I will also say, though, that Swansea have lost just 1 of their last 7 home matches in the Championship. Now, of course, this will be their toughest test for me, their sternest test that they will face. But could it be a draw? Just based on everything we've discussed, Leeds United struggling away from home to win games. They don't score often. However, even though they're not scoring goals, they have just lost once at home. I do think Leeds United could and should and will win the game, but it's worth noting that they're good at home and Leeds United haven't been great on the road of late. Now, what do Leeds United do in the striker position? This is something I wanted to discuss and to get your opinions on. What does he do with Joel Pirro? He's scored 6 times this season in all competitions. 4 of them have come off the bench. So it would tell you he's better coming off the bench, because when he starts, a lot of the time we look lethargic. However, last season he scored in both games, home and away, and both goals came within the first 10 minutes. One on the 10th minute, the other about the 4th, home and away. So it's a difficult one for the manager, because he switched it up. He played Solomon, he played Joseph. Pirro comes off the bench, he seals the win for Leeds United against QPR. Is that enough for him to usurp Joseph again? I would argue, as much as I prefer Joseph starting, because the fixture that it is, he's got a great record. I think he scored like 46 goals for them in under 100 appearances. We know how good he was and how prolific he was at Swansea. I would argue you start him in this game just because of that, which sounds so like basic. But these things happen in football, right? Like, up against, he always scores against us, Henry, Leeds United, etc. Look, Leeds are in good form. We're undefeated in 9 of our last 10 games. I know been bemoaning the away form, but it's because Leeds United expect. So therefore, a point on the road at times isn't good enough for Leeds. You know what I mean? But we're still undefeated in 9 of the last 10 games. That's no joke. We will be without Junior Firpo, of course. I really liked the substitute appearance of Isaac Schmidt. I don't think he starts him. I don't think he sees him as a fullback. I think he sees him definitely as a wing back, definitely more as a winger, I believe. Anyway, that's how Farke sees him, unless, of course, he's working on his defensive side of the game behind closed doors in training, of course. But I do think he'll go with Byram and Bogle. Centre-backs will be the same. Midfield partnership the same. I think Solomon will come out, start back. Nonto, Aronson, James. And then I would opt for Pirro. It will be interesting to see who he does opt for on Sunday. Who would you have leading the line, folks? Please let me know. Some notable players, obviously, to watch out for with Swansea. You've got Matt Grimes. We know about him. How's your mum? Ben Cabango, of course. The striker, Vipotnik, Cullen as well, the top scorers with a massive 2 goals. I don't know if Joe Allen will play. I think he was used last time out. There was a few suspensions, a few injuries. They are missing a few players, are Swansea, to be fair. Look, Leeds United should win this game. They're 11th in the table. They don't score goals. We've got one of the best defences in the league. We need to really start putting some pressure on before Christmas. Look, I did a video the other day saying Leeds United will be in the top 2. Could they be top by Christmas? Results go our way, and I think it could happen. Leeds United need to start pulling away now. If it means that we pull away with Sheffield United and Sunderland, so be it. But we just can't drop points anymore. We just need to keep winning, keep winning, keep winning, keep winning. If they do the same, then it is what it is. But I don't think they will. Sheffield United could. I don't think Sunderland will. Sunderland have 3 huge games coming up. Millwall, West Brom and Sheffield United. This is where we can then start to really grease the wheels and start to put the pressure on the opposition, those that are challenging us for top spot. But let me know your thoughts in the comments. Let me know your lineup. Who would you start up top? Who would be your preferred option? Are you concerned at all about Swansea? Obviously, given they've only lost once in 7 at home. I just think Leeds United will have far too much. They don't create goal-scoring opportunities. We'll get a clean sheet and we'll win 2-0. Steady 2-0, standard procedure for Leeds United under Daniel Farke this season. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Smash me a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in a bit. Peace out. Leeds.